Hey guys, so today I'm here doing something different. I'm going to do my first restaurant review. So just recently, my husband Sean and I went to one of Gordon Ramsay's, who is our favorite chef and like TV personality, one of his newest restaurants in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and it is Gordon Ramsay's Pub and Grill. So we saw that the restaurant just opened up and we were so excited to try it. And we're big Hell's Kitchen fans. Like I said, we love Gordon Ramsay, so we're huge Hell's Kitchen fans. And we knew that season 13's winner, Latasha McCutcheon, was there. So we get there and the place is absolutely beautiful. Caesar's, is it called Caesar's Palace? I think it's just called Caesar's Hotel in Atlantic City. That's where the restaurant is at, in Caesar's Hotel. It's beautiful in general, but when you first walk in, the restaurant is just gorgeous. So we got seated at a really nice booth, my husband and I. First of all, we went in. We had a reservation for 7 o'clock, but my husband wanted to go to dinner a little early. So we got there around 5, told her about the reservation. She was like, no problem. We got seated right away. The restaurant opened at 5. We got seated at 5, so that was really nice. Everyone there was just so incredibly nice. Everyone, our waiter, our waitress, the host, the manager, everybody was really nice. We got seated in this really nice booth. It has like kind of like London pub feel. The whole thing, it kind of feels like you're like in a little pub, a little bar or whatever. It's so cute. It's really cozy, and we got seated in a really nice booth. I loved it. So for starters, my husband and I had crispy calamari with lemon wheels and like a lemon garlic ale. This is it right here, the calamari. It's really good. Let's try it. I'm sorry. Oh my god, that's so amazing. Oh my god, that's amazing. Let me tell you, in all honesty, I love Gordon Ramsay, and you know, I'm not being biased on this. That was the best calamari I've ever had. It was so light and so crispy, and then they had these little skinny lemon wheels that were fried, and it was so good. It wasn't sour at all, and the aioli, I would sell my firstborn child for that aioli. Okay, no, that's dramatic, but it was so good. And then the calamari was just so light. It was perfectly fried, and then you dip it in the aioli. It was heaven in a bowl. It was so good. So now on to the entrees. My husband had, it was called Hell's Kitchen Beef Wellington, and I had what did I have? Oh, it was called Bangers and Mash. So I never heard of it, but I wanted to do something really different, something I never had before, because they have like fish and chips on the menu. They have burgers. The menu is very extensive. They have a lot of good stuff on the menu, but I wanted to try something I never had. So, you know, this looked like a traditional meal from like London, from a pub. So it was mashed potatoes with sausage and like some sauteed onions with, it looked like some kind of gravy. And then on top was 2 perfectly fried onion rings. It was so good. There were 2 different types of sausage in there. I wish I could remember, but I can't remember what type, the 2 types of sausage it was. But it was so good, and it was really different. I mean, I've never really like tried before, even really heard of. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. Now, the beef Wellington, the Hell's Kitchen beef Wellington, we see it all the time on the show Hell's Kitchen, but it was so good. My husband was like, oh, I would get that again, because we live in Connecticut, so it's about 3.5 hours away from Atlantic City. He's like, I would drive all the way there just for that beef Wellington again. He said it was so good. He absolutely loved it. I tasted it too, of course. It was so good. It was very tender. It was very flavorful. Like, so my bangers and mash too was so flavorful. That's what I loved. And it came out pretty fast too. We had our appetizer within probably, let's say, 6 minutes of sitting down. And then right after we told her our appetizer, she went and put the order and then came back for our entree. Once we did the entree, maybe 10 minutes. I really don't even think it was a 10-minute wait. And it was filling up. There were people in there. There were a lot of people in the restaurant. And still, it couldn't have been more than a 10-minute wait for our food. So that came really fast. And then we were stuffed. It was so much food. I couldn't even finish my bangers and mash. I had so much left. It looks like a small portion, but it's so much food that I couldn't even finish it. So we get that, and the waitress is like, oh, any dessert? And I'm like, no, we're kind of full. And my husband, of course, he's like, oh, I want to see the dessert menu. And she's like, well, if you're going to get dessert, you have to get the sticky toffee pudding. And I'm like, pudding? That doesn't sound like something I really want. And so she's like, everybody loves it. It's one of Gordon Ramsay's mother's recipe. You know, we heard that. We're like, okay. So we were asking her about it because I think of pudding. I think of, you know, the pudding cups. And so she was very knowledgeable. She was telling us everything about it, how much she loves it. She got to try everything in the restaurant, and she was giving us her opinion. So I really like that they were all very knowledgeable about everything. This pudding was God's gift to the earth. This dessert was the best dessert. I'm not lying. I'm not being dramatic. It was the best dessert I have ever had. I don't care where you're from. I would tell everybody who is watching this, please find a Gordon Ramsay restaurant somewhere in the world, because I know there's some all over the place. Please find one, and if for nothing else, just go get the sticky toffee pudding. It was so good. Ice cream, the toffee, the pudding, and then caramel. The pudding is more of like a cake. I would call it like a bread pudding. It was a little cake. It was so moist. Oh my goodness, I could eat that every day. I literally could eat it every day. I would, no lie, get in the car, drive 3.5 hours, go get sticky bread pudding, and come back here to Connecticut that day. That's how good it is. So they have the sticky bread toffee pudding. I keep calling it bread. They don't call it bread. It's just pudding. They have toffee in a cup that you pour over, and then this delicious vanilla ice cream. And when you put those two together, heaven on earth, hands down. Best dessert I've ever had my whole entire life. Never tasted better. So yeah, so everything was just delicious. I would highly recommend that restaurant. I had no complaints. Everybody was so nice. And so for the appetizer, 2 entrees, and a dessert, our bill only came up to like $110. That, for it to be Gordon Ramsay and it was such good food, it was really good, like the best food I've ever had, $110 is nothing. Like, that's a really good deal. We've spent more than that at other places. So I thought the deal was absolutely amazing. I would definitely highly recommend that for you guys because it was just so good. And so then after that, we wanted to meet Latasha, and we got to meet her. She was so nice. She came out, talked to us, took pictures with us. And then she said after we finish our meal, come to the back in the kitchen and come see her. So we got to go do that.
Alright, feel free to come back. Alright, 2 fish and chips, everything is selling. How's it going? This is the kitchen, right?
Man, look at
that. How was everything?
It was the best food we've ever had. He had the beef Wellington, I had the bangers and mash.
You got the official camera out this time. You're going to be in the window.
So we just had a really great experience. The place was beautiful. The atmosphere was great. The waiters, waitresses, everybody was just so friendly, so knowledgeul. The prices to me absolutely really good. I had no complaints. So that is my first review on a restaurant, and I give this restaurant A++. Delicious, absolutely no complaints. No complaints at all. So like I said, that weekend I had gone to Atlantic City, and you know, me and my husband are just really big foodies. We love food. We did a lot of food that weekend. In fact, I have a vlog if you want to see more of that trip. I'll link that down below, my Atlantic City vlog. Give me some recommendations, thumbs up, subscribe for more videos. I love doing reviews, so if you have anything you want me to review, of course, leave that below. So thank you guys so much for watching as usual, and I will see you guys in my next video.